Kyosho Ultima. Original vintage. You can tell by the screws they are the old style and not the new. But the question is, can you trail an Ultima? Let's find out. You don't need an axial or a Traxxas TRX-R4. Just have fun with anything. I believe this is the Max Adler Trail off of Curtis Park in Saline, Michigan. I'm just taking a lunch break and checking out all the local parks around the neighborhood, and I figured I'd show you guys which one while I can. Still learning to drive with one hand. This controller really isn't the best for one-handed driving. If my thumbs were any shorter, I wouldn't be able to reach. Oh, we have a fork in the road, or the trail. Alright, this one. This one looks less used. Well, that's one thing you don't do. Alright. Well, let's scoot the battery over a little bit. Alright, let me get this fixed. Alright. Alright. Oh, looky. Now where would we go? This way. Alright, we got a nice little river here. It's been raining a bit, so I'm guessing the water's maybe a little bit higher than average, but probably about what it should be for springtime. Looks like a nice place to fish. Maybe one day I'll grab some rods, throw some worms in the water. Now, if we're just doing this trail stuff, this doesn't seem too bad. If I was actually doing like hiking, you probably want something more rugged and higher ground clearance, but this thing looks like it's probably got enough to oh, it's all water. Do I want to walk through this twice if need be? No, I'm not doing this twice. I have no idea if this tactic receiver is waterproof, and I'm fairly certain this old Futaba original servo, I think it's a 1.4. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's a S128. That just tells you just about how old this thing is. Because the ones I remember in the 90s were the 148s. And then they switched to the 2003s, I believe they were. It was a stock class 40-ounce servo. But for a vintage buggy, man, this thing is, it just looks awesome. you go buy yourself a new Losi or Associated, or shit, anything really, they don't look like a race buggy. They look toyish, but that's what they happen when you pick performance over everything. And then, yeah, it's cool to go fast, but what's going fast if you're not faster than the guy next to you? You can go up and show up to the race and do the best you can and still be in the B main. So, and guess what? When that season's over, you're not running it. When the new generation car comes out and it's no longer the fastest version, what do? Sell the chassis to someone who's getting into it? Or do you put it on the shelf and buy the new one? I don't know. I haven't got rid of any of my race buggies or trucks or anything. I just like running them. And now that my B6.1 is pretty much outdated with the new 7 out, I'm almost debating on slowly finding the couple pieces to make it look brand new, i.e. those little plastic things in the drive shaft for the lightweight, with the lightweight CVDs and out drives. They got that little plastic bushing, I guess, that goes on the drive pins. I just can't seem to find them at the hobby shops anymore. So that thing's pretty much shelved. Who knows? That thing might find itself being 30 years old on a YouTube video, or, well, whatever platform was out back then by the time it's old. This Altima, I believe, was released in 1987. Now, I couldn't afford one of those back when I was young, but my first car was a Kyosho Outrage. And boy, that thing was fun. And for a kid, you couldn't ask for much else. It came in a kit, so you had to build it. And but it was a lot affordable. But still, when I was a kid, I wouldn't have that much money. So when I got mine, I got it for my birthday, but all I got was the kit. So after, by the time Christmas comes around, my parents decided to be nice and tease me at the same time, and they bought me a battery pack and charger. So now I can go out and play in the middle of the winter and put the battery pack in it, lock the steering into the left turn, and then rotate that mechanical speed control and get it to go. Well, the thing is with that resistor, there's a resistor on there that works with that speed control, and I found out the hard way that sticker that says caution hot, that's hot because when you're running at low speed. So when I tried to run this thing at low speed, that thing got hot, and I touched it and I found out just what that resistor does and how it works the hard way. But that was always fun. But finally, my next birthday, so a year after owning this thing, finally ended up getting the controller, the old Futaba Attack 2 stick radio. That was one of my favorite, old AM. It just worked. I mean, I'd love to find another Kyosho Outrage. I've seen a couple YouTubers out with them. And much as I'd want one, I just ain't found one at this right time when I had the money to buy it. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever found one since I was a kid. I've looked on. Oh, looks like we are kind of back to where we started, not too far. So I guess we can head this way. There's the baseball diamond. I'm parked over by the baseball diamond, and I came down into the trail. But yeah, if I could ever find one, man, that would be awesome to actually own my first new car. And if I could find one new in the box, that would be like hitting a jackpot. Man, look at this. This thing's got enough power. Old school, original tires, old motor. Works great. I'm kind of glad this thing's got a Hobbywing 1060 controlling the motor, so got a little bit better, newer stuff on there. Running my little Reedy 2S stick pack. I believe that came in my DR10. Yeah, that came on my DR10 as a package deal, and I never ever had a reason to use it because it was so small and pathetic. All right, let's see. I think this is where we came around the last time we did a loop. So I think this is where that hill is where we started. Let's see how this thing goes up the hill. Hopefully I'm in the right direction. Yeah, I might upgrade this thing one day, but I don't know if I want to. It's so much original. I mean, I know the body has been replaced and the 1060's on there and the rims are replaced. So these are the one-piece rims that are sold on the newer Riri Ultima. And to me, I think it's a good idea because I don't want a two-piece rim all screwed together style. But when I was looking at it, a couple of the videos I've seen that show the newer one, it's got a different set of stickers. So I don't know if somehow they found the old stickers from the original kit or sourced them somehow, but it's nice to have it as close to original as possible. Who knows, this thing might get rebuilt and all refreshened. But as much as I like it being old, man, it's just I'd rather drive it than leave it on the shelf, especially if it works. All right, okay, here's that trail we came up, or well, we didn't, I didn't record. I was coming down this hill. It's kind of hard to picture that hill, but that's flat ground. That's going uphill. Let's see how well this thing climbs this hill without trying to Dukes of Hazzard this thing. Oop, stuck on a stick. Trying to reverse. All right. Like I said, one-handed driving isn't the greatest with this tactic remote. I'm happy it's got the 2.4. I don't have to worry about interference and crystals and a big old antenna sticking out while I'm walking through the trails with a transmitter in my hand. Alright, now this I played with this earlier. Now, look at that. That's a nice big old pile of rocks. Looks like it's the crushed asphalt from them rebuilding the roads. It looks like they use that around here. So let's see if I can get a nice action shot of this thing climbing up this hill. All right. Now I don't know if I have the video posted. I know I took a video once. One of my crawlers decided to take my crawlers up this thing. I think it was last year. I don't know. I'm turtled. Well, I'm not sure if that's turtled, but I'm high center definitely. Oh, all right. I'm gonna take this for one quick more spin around the parking lot, just for fun. Let's see, how quick does this thing go? Alrighty, guys, have a good one. Tell me what you think. Old school kyosho, taking it on the trail. All right, next time.